my YouTube friends! Many of you may or may not know I recently had open heart surgery. And what I've gone through so far in the recovery process has been, well, unexpected. But nobody really tells you what to expect. And it's not like you have other people recovering that you can just call and talk about it with. So that's what this video is for. It's my little journal of recovery experiences from day one until now, provided for you in the hopes that others experiencing it or about to experience it will know what to expect. And for those watching to support me or just because you're curious about what recovery is like, thanks. I have the greatest audience in the world. Now I've got a lot to tell you, so you know what? Let's get to it! Day 0 for me was just showing up for a routine catheterization. Catheterization is a procedure where they go in through your wrist and they put stents in to widen arteries near your heart that may have some sort of restriction. This is usually a quick outpatient procedure and you're released pretty much the same day. Mine didn't go quite like that. My cardiologist immediately found 3 arteries that were blocked and would need bypass surgery. Now, as luck would have it, some patient had canceled for the next day, so they just penciled me in. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I was freaking terrified. I feel like the only reason that I did this was because I was already in there and it was the next day. If they had sent me home and I had a week to think about it or something, I don't know if I would have had the courage to go back into the hospital. Now, I just want to tell anyone who's in this position where you're waiting to go in for this procedure, please do it. Believe me when I tell you, if the fear is pain, you don't need to fear. Physical pain is hardly a factor. I have not taken anything stronger than a Tylenol since leaving the hospital. And even in the hospital, I would ask for pain meds, mostly just so I could sleep. There was never really any pain except for the first day when breathing and coughing. After that, it's negligible. So please, 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 if you are waiting to have this surgery, or it's coming up or it's on the schedule, just do it. Just do it. You'll be glad you did. And there is no need to fear about pain or anything like that. No, recovery is totally different than that. So the day of surgery, they pretty much shave everything. So if you're a gorilla like I am, well, you're not going to have any body hairs. They're going to be taking some veins from alternative locations. So pretty much everything gets hairless. I have this vein in my arm that was taken here to here and one in my leg. Apparently you don't need them. Who knew? So once they dehair you, they wheel you in, lay you on the table, and boom, you're out. Totally. Now I was out for 11 hours. And during that time, I also figured out that I had a defective heart valve that would need replacing as well. 11 hours, 4 bypassed arteries, and a heart valve. All performed by people that you never met for more than a few moments. And some of them you never met, period. And believe me, these facts weigh really heavy in the first few weeks of your recovery. At least they did for me. I was told most people get the benefit of waking up with the breathing tubes and all that stuff already out. I didn't get that benefit. Apparently being out that long meant I didn't really want to breathe on my own just yet right after surgery. I figured it out eventually though, and before the day was over, I was breathing on my own in my own room in the ICU. Now some weird things happen to you when you get put under, especially for 11 hours. Now I don't know if it depends how long you're out or what, but I'm going to speak to my experience. So if you encounter something similar, you at least know it's not just you. My taste buds seem to be completely reset. Everything tastes weird. Sweets are way too sweet. Salty is way too salty. Not that you're gonna have any appetite after your surgery, but just be prepared for a taste bud reset. Oh, and there was one other weird thing for me. My internal clock was completely reset. What I mean by that is, you know how as we age, time seems to go faster? So when you were a kid, a day seems like a long time. And as an adult, well, days pass in the blink of an eye. Well, this reset means we're back at a snail's pace. At least that was what it was for me in the hospital. I'm not sure the clock ever moved. It was the longest 5 days that I can ever remember. That's for sure. Oh, and there is one other thing from being out. That's the brain fog. It's hard to describe really, but you just feel overwhelmed by every thought. Even the simplest thing like what to eat. Do I need to go to the bathroom? Am I in pain? Especially in the hospital, I just let the nurses and doctors do whatever they do and tried to stay out of the way. Day 2, you get out of the bed and into a chair. I'm not sure why, but I guess it's to show you that you can pretty much do whatever you want to do right away. They want you walking ASAP and they want you eating. Now for me, neither seemed possible. I had no appetite and not a lot of motivation to walk either. Now Monica came to visit me the surgery day and the day after, but for the next 2 days, I asked her and everyone else not to come. And my reasoning was mostly for me. I felt like expending energy trying to communicate was not helping me get better so I could get out of the hospital. And believe me, it felt like an enormous amount of energy just to talk, just to try to have a conversation. So I said no, I don't want to have a conversation. Pretty much just wanted to sleep. Turns out they were serious about that eating thing and the walking thing too. So even though I never got my appetite back, I was able to put some food away and walk a little bit over the next few days. Now over my 5 days in the hospital, the brain fog never lifted for me. But either way, it was time to go home. Now being home triggered all kinds of different emotions. For the first week, I'd be fine one moment and sobbing uncontrollably like a baby the next. Conversation with me was pointless because it would almost always end in me not being able to talk because I was just emotionally overwhelmed. Or I would get angry and have outbursts. And the brain fog made it all worse because you just can't think straight. Now I cannot express how unbelievably unexpected it was to be so emotional for my first week back home. Do not be surprised when this happens to you. You've got brain fog from surgery, and then you have all these things just going through your head. You know, why me? How did these people I don't even know save me? Why don't I feel like eating? Why can't I just have a normal conversation? Why do I feel so sad? Why do I feel so numb? After the first week at home, this is the best way that I can describe it. Numb. Now for a person who just had their chest cracked open and stitched back together, it seems weird to say that after 2 weeks, all you feel is numb. And I mean physically and mentally. It took every ounce of energy and every fiber of my being to put together a video in my 3rd week. My brain's barely working and my body feels like it doesn't want to do anything. And yet, I did it. And the point here is, you have to do it. Whatever it is you do for a living at this point, you have to try to get back to doing it. At least a little. That is the fastest way to start to get back to feeling somewhat normal. Currently, I'm at 4 weeks. I have physical therapy 3 days a week to get my body back in shape. I still feel incredibly numb mentally and physically, but day by day, it does get a little better. I still have pretty much no appetite, and food still tastes a little weird to me, but I've been told that could be a side effect of one of the meds that I'm taking, and I'm looking forward to that being finished mid this week. Fingers crossed. For anyone going through this or about to go through this, it is hard, but not in the way that you're expecting. And that's a good thing. Be sure to have yourself a support staff close to you, especially that first week back at home. You need somebody that you can yell at, cry to, and just plain old hug it out with. The first couple of weeks home, you really want to have someone around just to help you with the meds and make sure that you eat and all the simple things that your brain just can't process yet. Now, personally, I sure hope I feel like myself again soon, but I'm going to keep working hard every day to get back there, that's for sure. I really hope this video helps people understand what recovery from open heart surgery is like so that they don't have to be afraid. It's a long road that I'm still on, but it's not painful. You can do it. If you got something from this or you just want to share your experiences, please do that in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks to help make you a better live streamer or YouTuber, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael Feyrer Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. And I'll see you in the next one.